life, sex, goals, and oh, hell knows, this is Midlife Craving. I wish you guys were here. There are some good vibes up in my little podcast closet, and I ain't talking about Captain. I'm so excited. My girl Sam is here. What's up, girl?
Hey.
It is so good to see you and have you here. The energy in this room is real. I can feel it. Sam is a spiritual advisor, and she owns an adorable shop on West Street in Annapolis called Zen and Crystals. I got to get in there.
Yes, it's definitely an experience and a vibe. You'll love it.
So what kind of things do you sell and what kind of things do you do there?
So we do tarot readings, but the shop is all about organic crystals and healing, different healing properties and ways of healing holistically.
Okay.
So we have sage, we have incense, we just have a lot of just earth energy.
That's all. I'm excited to come down there and see it.
Definitely,
for sure.
definitely.
Yeah, I can't believe I haven't been there yet. Damn.
It's all good.
All right, real quick before we get started, I have to give everyone an update. So last week I was talking about my chronicles of birth control and talking about how much I hate having a vagina. I don't know what to call it, like vagina monologues, pussy problems. I don't know what to call it, but I just want to say, because I feel like my female listeners need to know this, I was like I thought I was having like hormone issues or my IUD or whatever the fuck, and it was actually what I was doing was wearing workout clothes 24/7. And I was working out during the day and then sitting in like wet underwear. It sounds so disgusting.
You have to give it time to breathe.
Listen, so I was like sitting in like wet underwear, and then I would do 2 a day sometimes, and I would go to the gym after, and then like double, just wet clothes all day. So FYI, you can get a skin yeast infection and it's not fun. So yeah, I was down for like a week and I'm like, what is going on? But anyway, it cleared right up with some diflucan. But if you're a woman out there, I feel like with the pandemic, we're all kind of wearing, I'm wearing, Lululemon leggings right now, but it's important to change your underwear and make sure that you're not sitting around your gym clothes all day long. I joke around and say that my gym clothes are my uniform because I'm always in them, but it's time to switch it up. So PSA for all my women out there. And then, oh God, I have a story to tell. Okay. All right. I'm a little bit ashamed, but I have to get it off my chest. This is who I am. So of course, I talked about having sex when kids are home. So Saturday, Prince Charming and I got it in down here, and it's a quickie, so I'm not finishing. So the next 2 hours or so, I had I have the female version of blue balls. I do. So I was pent up, still not satisfied. And it was funny because Prince Charming was like, I'm going to go off and get pizza for dinner. And I was like, cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to rub one out real quick. My daughter was upstairs, locked in her room, headphones on, and it's pretty far distance. I would have heard her if she came downstairs. No judging out there. But so I was like, cool. So fire up my phone, I'm watching porn and doing my thing. And Prince Charming forgot his mask. He comes back in and he's just staring at me. And I'm like he saw a fucking ghost. Okay. And I was like, hi. I didn't know what to fucking say. And he's like, are you jerking off? I was like, yes. Yes, I am. But it reminded me, I swear to God, I was thinking to myself, I haven't gotten caught masturbating, oh my God, since I was living with my parents. One time my mom caught me, oh my God, she was so pissed. She was like, what the fuck? I feel like I've been sexual since, and it pains me to say this because, my daughter's growing up, but I feel like I started thinking about sex and masturbating and touching myself age 9.
Wow, yeah.
Which is,
me too.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely was the same.
Wow. I'm going to talk next week about orgasms and ages when you had your first orgasm. I was 9. I remember.
I don't remember.
I'll explain that on the next episode. But so anyway, I was thinking about that. And then I was thinking about how with Pawn Star, I actually, because my mom had caught me. So I was so me and him would have phone sex all the time. You remember phone sex? Remember
the sex line? Do you remember you used to call in
yes.
This is Diamond?
Yes. Oh my God. Man, kids don't know today what that's like, But anyway, so I wonder if phone sex is still a thing. If now it's FaceTime, right?
Yeah.
But it was a thing back then. So Pawn Star
sex would be fine.
Yes. Yeah. Imagine the possibilities. So Pawn Star and I would have these phone calls and phone sex.
Oh shit.
So I was talking about like the phone sex and stuff, and Pawn Star and I would talk on the phone, and I would be in my car. So I took my masturbating sessions to the car because I'm like, my mom can't catch me again, you know? And this is back in the day. There wasn't Bluetooth. So I had like my little Nokia on my ear, and I have like one hand, but I kept my hot pink huge vibrator in my car. It was in my glove box because, you know, when Pawn Star and I would talk, I would pull it out, you know, and play. So, but the funniest story happened. I was heading down to my job and I got pulled over. And so the cops like license and registration. I'm like, okay. I opened that glove box, girl. This big, huge, hot pink, okay, neon fucking dildo falls out on the floor, and he's like sitting there, and I'm like, oh my God. And I didn't even say anything. He did not say a fucking word either. He was just laying there on the ground. So I'm like, these are the things I think about. You know, I get caught masturbating by Prince Charming. I think about the time my mom caught me. Then I think about all the phone sex I had with Pawn Star, and then getting pulled over and having a hot pink dildo fall on the floor. So this is like, this is the way that my mind works, and I got to put it out there and share it with my listeners.
Definitely.
Oh, God. All right. So I want to focus on you now. I want to talk about, you have an incredible story to tell. And I really want to talk about, I have always admired your strength and your bravery. So the way that Sam and I met, our children went to daycare together. And, you know, I was telling you, I feel like me and you have lived a very parallel life in the last, they're almost 9. So like it's been the last decade. And we were living like this parallel life together when our babies were little. And I was becoming a single mother. You were a single mother. And one of the things that happened, I'll never forget, it really shook me. The owner of our daycare had said to you, and you can chime in and explain, but I remember he had said to you something along the lines of, you're a single mother. You don't matter here. Yeah. And I remember everyone was terrified of this man. He was a narcissistic dictator. A dictator is a great word. Yeah. And you stood up to him. And I mean, I have goosebumps thinking about it. Like the way that you stood up for yourself, I have never forgotten that and have always admired that about you. So
thank you.
Kudos to you. Like that's the way all women should be. No one should ever feel like they're inferior to someone else. Yeah. And that's always resonated with me with you. Like, do you remember that? How that was traumatic.
I was very nervous. But I knew that my voice needed to be heard for my son. Yeah. And I was in a situation where, you know, I was really trying my hardest to like afford this type of daycare and make sure that Jace was in a good place and he was learning. And, you know, I put a lot into it, and for me to be treated unfairly based on like the standard of not having a husband or, you know, just being a single mom raising, it hurt. And I knew that I had to stand up for myself. So yeah, I was so scared because he pulled me into a room.
I remember this. Intimidated you.
It was like, it was him, which was the owner. It was like the director. It was like Jace's teacher. And I don't remember, it's been a while, but it was whatever the situation was, you know, and he was just like, well, here's the papers. You can go ahead and sign them out at this point.
I remember that.
Yeah. Because of something like, you know, that I didn't agree with the teachers, like, or it was something like that.
I know. I don't remember what it was either, but I remember the way he treated you and you stood up for yourself. Yeah. And I've always admired that about you. And I feel like everyone.
I spoke my truth too.
You did.
Like I went on social media and I spoke my truth, which a lot of people, like I was telling you earlier, a lot of people came to me and was like, hey, like I was going to put my kid into this daycare and I saw your review and it's like, no, I can't. Like I felt the energy, like people felt his energy. Right. That he was just about money and it wasn't about like he wasn't passionate about his creating a daycare. You weren't passionate about it. It was just a money thing.
You know, it's funny too. I'm going to talk. I do really want to talk about narcissists. I have a lot of experience with that. I didn't know what a narcissist was back then.
Me either.
But also, narcissists are very charming. They are master manipulators. I mean, I can talk to narcissists in my life to this day and I still think, oh my gosh, they're so nice. But then I remember, you know, it's a trap. And he played it so well. I remember the first like couple months they were open. I was like, this is the best daycare I've ever seen. Yeah. You know, like everyone was so happy and whatever. But I just remember when all that stuff went down.
His employees
crazy.
were miserable.
I know.
They
was
were
nuts.
miserable.
And they were amazing too, by the way.
Yes,
good people.
Good people. Because they were passionate about their job.
And that's the reason why I stayed, honestly,
Yeah.
was for the teachers. I mean, I don't want to name names, but like, remember walking in and it felt good because
Like,
the people that
hey,
were
good
there.
morning. Yeah.
Right. So, and I know you have some of the some people that listen to the podcast are actually from there. So this will resonate with them. And I just want to say, if there's one thing I can summarize with that is, it's helped me because I wasn't a single mom at that time. I was just becoming one. It helped me really get confidence and be like, it's okay that I'm single. It's okay that I'm not married. It's okay that I'm going through some things and I'm raising this child by myself, you know? And if there's anything, give other women strength out there. If someone's bullying you or putting you down, like, stand up for yourself. Yeah. You are not inferior to them. I mean, you know what I mean? That's a huge takeaway for me.
Yeah, it's definitely, I had one of my good friends, she supported me. She knows how to articulate her words to like a point where I'm like, okay, like, you know how to do your thing. Yeah. And like so she helped me kind of brief me and just have that support system, other moms, other, just people that are that can relate to you and that create that support because, it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely it does. Yeah. And if you're not born and bred with one, you got to find your own.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And there are, that's Katina for me. She's on the show. To have someone who's your biggest cheerleader in your corner. And it doesn't have to be your partner. It doesn't. So people they like to see that as like the end all be all, get married and live happily ever after. And it's like, that's not the real world.
That's not the real world.
I
mean, it's beautiful.
Right.
It's a beautiful thing. But, sometimes people go through different chapters. You go through different, just different movements throughout your life. And you have to accept yourself and kind of choose you sometimes.
And I feel like this time right now, turning 40, this has been a very pivotal moment in my life, very pivotal years. And even right now, today, I don't know I know who I am, but I don't know what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
And it's scary sometimes. And I think about that. But I just know that I don't have to make any decisions today. I can live every day, to the best of my ability and keep moving forward.
That's a beautiful thing.
That is the number one thing you got to do.
And I recently just posted about this, is just being present. And to not think about the future or try to plan for the future because we lose those moments in time of being present and, enjoying things for the moment. Even like when you're dating, you're like, oh, I want, what's going to happen in the future? Are we going to be together?
Right.
And we're losing those moments of actually being happy with what we have at that moment.
I need to hear this right now. I'm someone who loves to plan.
Of course.
I love to look far ahead.
Yeah.
And I'm not someone who lives in the moment. That's something I'm really trying to get
You're
better
a Leo.
at.
You're a Leo. So Leos are I create. You guys create a lot of things. And you guys you can create something out of nothing. And that's something that I admire with you.
Oh,
you created, this stability for yourself. You created a stability for everything that you're doing. And that's beautiful. Just be present with everything that you're doing and take it all in.
I want to share this. I read that if you just take a moment and like just look at your surroundings, like right now, I'm in this cozy little room with you. Everything's fine. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
Just take a moment to be like,
Gratitude.
I'm good. Yeah.
Gratitude.
Yep. All right. So I want to talk about daydreams and fantasizing. So I was discussing with a friend, and I have always daydreamed and fantasized. In fact, every night before I go to bed, I fantasize about things. And I don't know if that's normal or what. Do you have any insight as to, when you do these things, such as like daydreaming, fantasizing, like what do you have to say about that?
So again, I'm very big into astrology and numerology. So again, going back to you're a Leo, you're a visionary. So when you envision things, you're seeing things happen before they happen. And that's a beautiful trait. Just make sure you stay grounded with it and don't be too much in like not reality.
Yeah.
Because keep yourself grounded. Keep yourself grounded.
I say it's a real time escape from reality.
Yeah.
And I read this thing that said like, fantasies are like termites. If you let one in, hundreds follow. And I don't know if that's a really bad thing, but like you said, just to be grounded.
Yeah. And you can also start trying to meditate. Meditation is a beautiful a beautiful art. It's been around for years and years. Ancient.
I have never meditated
It's
before.
a beautiful thing. It's actually creating discipline because, our mind is a muscle.
Yeah.
It's creating discipline in our minds where, like, the distractions or the everything else, like that escape, we can kind of, like, focus on what we need to focus on at that time. So it creates that discipline.
Okay, so I have it on here later. I want to talk about, like, tips and tricks and techniques too. So maybe you can give us one later.
Definitely.
Okay. Because that's interesting to me because I've never done that before. I'm not someone who has ever really slowed down.
Yeah.
I was joking around and I was telling a friend, I was like, I don't know any other way to live. When I was in grad school, I was working full time. I was a nanny. I had a social media business and I ran like 3 to 4 marathons a year.
Wow.
Like, I don't know any other way,
Yeah.
And
that has a lot to do with your astrology.
Mm-hmm. And so it would be good for me to find a place to slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't even know what that means, but I'll try.
I can help you.
I'll definitely try. All right, so we're talking about manifestation, and I will, at the beginning of the year, I live on social media, and I saw a lot of people saying, pick your word. And I feel like manifest is the word for me.
Okay.
I'm a big believer in the energy that you put out is what you're going to get back. I believe I don't know, and I don't know if it's the fantasizing thing coming back, but I visualize things and try to make them happen.
Yeah.
I like visualize them to the point where I feel like they do start to happen. Like, for instance, this podcast, I thought about it all last spring. I dedicated myself to ideas and thoughts behind it. And then I started really visualizing like what this room would look like, what episodes would look like, how I would run it, and just kept moving forward with it. And I really feel like that was like a manifestation of something that I did for myself,
Definitely.
But there's a lot of different ways that you can manifest things in your life.
You
like
can manifest a parking space. Like, I want that parking space out front.
Yeah, like, do you have, so in your spiritual world, like, do you have anything where you can suggest, like, a way to manifest things? Or, like, how do you, like, just keep thinking about it?
So, you can, vision is a huge thing because it goes in our subconscious mind. So, sometimes we run off our subconscious mind because that's something that we are routine or we're programming ourselves to do.
Mm-hmm.
So creating like a vision board, and you can just put that vision board right by when you wake up in the morning and see things that you want. So you can create that image.
Idea.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Vision boards are beautiful. I like doing that. Manifesting, it's something that, it's our birthright. We're kind of like born into it. So we just have to dive into that piece of ourselves that we really, truly are passionate about. Speak it, think it, and just create.
Okay. I kind of feel like I live that way.
You are.
Yeah.
You're a Leo. Yeah. Like, I'm sorry to keep saying that, but you create. Like, I admire. I'm an Aquarius, so I'm the complete opposite of you.
Okay.
So you create ways. I know certain ways, but I take my time in doing it.
Okay, you're cautious.
Yeah, I'm very
not
cautious. But I go out there on a limb too.
Okay.
So, we have so much more than just our sun sign. So I would love to pull your chart and find out what more you have up in there.
Yeah, I am like thrilled. And you know what? We could do that now. We're going to do a card reading.
Yeah.
I'm nervous. I'm shitting bricks and excited at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. Don't be scared. It's everything that you already know.
Okay.
That's why I tell people all the time. You'll know. You already
all right.
know it.
I told you I've done this one time before. But it's a long time ago. So
yeah.
Let it rip.
Let's see what's going on. Y'all, she is so beautiful. I'm just like looking at you. You're so beautiful.
You are so sweet.
Your
you are
energy
too.
is so beautiful.
Aw, that's so nice of you to say. Thank
and like
you.
you said earlier, it's just like we met at like a really different place.
Yep.
And so now it's just kind of like,
it's amazing to see how much we've grown.
Yeah.
I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us too.
Seriously.
I'm proud of us. This is beautiful. All right. So what I did was I have some crystal healing cards.
Okay.
And I also had some animal advice cards, and I kind of was drawn to like animals for you. Okay. So the elephant, you pulled the elephant. So the elephant, is a very strong figure in this deck, very wise, very unstoppable. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So this card appears when you feel stuck. Rest assured, the path will soon become clear. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us to the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It eliminates the way that the light and the self-knowledge. So when you're in balance, you are on point, you're focused, and you're generous and loving. When out of balance, you get misunderstood. And you feel misunderstood within yourself.
Yeah.
To bring into balance is trust. Then I pulled the crow for you too. And the elephant is a grounding energy. So that's kind of going back to like how you say, like, you might lose yourself in your daydreams. Make sure you're grounding yourself.
Okay.
And you trust yourself. Don't second guess the things that you're going through, or, the different obstacles you may come across, because the obstacles that you are going through or different things that may come up are just to kind of like keep you on the same track.
Okay.
So just to see, like, I know that a lot of people say like God gives us, obstacles to see how passionate we're about, to see how, how much we're really into it.
Right.
So keep going. And then you pulled the crow. So the crow is a spiritually strong, creative, and a watchful. The crow has been a symbol of magic. A crow's personality is drawn to the supernatural, and it has a gift for seeing the unseen, knowing the unknown. It's said that the crow holds within its mind's eye the three realities, past, present, and future. Crow's energy is potent and should be tapped into when the mind is cleared. With the crow's tendency must be balancing their life with healthy diet, joyful friends, and regular self-study. So when in balance, you're psychic, you're strong, and you're clear. When out of balance, you're ungrounded and hypersensitive. When to bring into balance is meditation.
Oh.
It's going back to you needing to meditate. And I pulled, again, the crystal healing cards, which goes hand in hand with the healthy body. Make sure that you're creating that healthy diet for yourself. Even though you work out, make sure that we are what we eat as well.
No
so
beers.
Be very conscious with what you put into your body. Right now, you're creating like an inner peace for yourself, and make sure you also are protecting yourself, because there are people around you that may have, bad spirits, bad energy, and you're very susceptible to that because you're light. You have light energy, and people are drawn to people that have light energy. You're a healer. You're someone that can help people. You can create ways for people and you get people. Yeah. So make sure that you're protecting yourself as that. Like I tell people all the time, like when you give your energy, look at it like you're lending someone money. You're not just going to always just lend, like, hey, can I get $100? Like, what for do you need $100? Make sure that you're very conscious about like how you are with your money.
Okay, I love that because that kind of like that analogy just gives it life. It brings that analogy to life. Yeah, I love that.
So just make sure you're conscious.
Okay, that hits me. Trust me, it does.
Yeah, and you're a very spiritual person. You just have to tap into it. Like you're talking about envisioning and seeing things and seeing this podcast before it happened. You created that. Yeah. You know what I mean? That came from manifesting, and that is something that's spiritual. So, you have it in you. Make sure that you are doing some shadow work. So shadow work is the side of yourself, because we all have several sides of ourselves. We have the side that we show people. We have the side that, the public, we show people the public. We have side that we show our friends. And then we have our true self. Right.
I always say you don't really know anyone.
You don't.
You only know yourself.
Yes. And tap into that energy of knowing yourself on that level, because with everything, there's light and there's dark energy. There's always, there's the sun and there's moon. There's there's good and there's bad. So just make sure that you tap into that energy and don't push that or suppress it. Because that's something that throughout life that you may have did is suppress certain ways or certain aspects of yourself for judgment, because of judgment, because of that. So just kind of tap into it, and that's what's going to create that peace. Okay. But you're a wise, beautiful soul.
Oh, thank you.
You are wise.
It's funny and I feel like I want to share like what I'm thinking about when you say stuff like that. I am I'm at a crossroads in my personal life, and I'm trying to navigate through that. And so I love the fact that I'm just going to let things happen. Like some things might come in my way, but it's going to get me on the right path that I'm on. And then when you're talking about like my inner self, and I don't mind sharing, and I have overshared on this podcast, my sex drive. And my sex drive is, I would definitely define myself as a nympho, you know, and I've hidden that though, like forever. And I've suppressed that forever. I am someone who is, you know, I met some swingers a couple of weeks ago and that stuff doesn't turn me off. You know, I go against societal norms when it comes to sex, but that's something I've absolutely hidden and haven't, I've definitely suppressed it. So when you said that, that's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Because lately I've been feeling like, okay, I'm ready. I need to let my freak flag fly at all times.
Go for it.
Not just, you know, and not be fearful of what anyone's going to think or say.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm working on it.
And
but that's what I was thinking about when you said that.
Definitely. And society has created such a, right now it's kind of open. I feel like it's being more open or more acceptable.
It is.
Than how it was like back in the day.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
back in the day, it was like, women, nymphos, yeah, you're a hoe. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like, it just kind of...
I mean, the stigma's still a little there for women,
It's
let's
still,
be real. But it's better. You're right.
But just make sure, again, like going back to the cards, you protect yourself. Protect your energy, because when you do have sex, it is an exchange. So you're exchanging energy. So protect yourself in your personal life. And like even, you know, outside.
Got it. I love, but that's what I was thinking of. So I wanted to share that.
Yay!
All right. So what's the next card, or what's the next step?
So the next step is please start meditating. I can definitely send you some amazing tips. I watched Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's amazing. He's a neuroscientist. So it has scientific proof, because a lot of people need proof.
Yeah.
Before doing things. He shows the scientific proof. Meditation cures illnesses, like, because you have to think about it, our body is our vessel, so it holds on to stagnant energy. It holds on to things that aren't like a part of us anymore. It's our flesh. So, you know, when you're meditating, you're creating like a place where you're releasing that. So that's definitely something I would suggest.
So one of the things I was thinking of, I talk a lot about with my friends, and I need to have an episode dedicated to this for sure. It's about cycles. I feel like we're all living in 100 different cycles, right? Like the cycle of getting up and going to work and coming home, to a cycle that you might be, you know, in your relationship. I have a lot of friends that, you know, are struggling. I'm struggling, you know what I mean? Like, and there's the cycle that you find yourself in, right? And it's like incident, smoothing things over, all is well, back to the incident, smooth, you know, whatever the cycle is. But I feel like meditation could be a way to help break that.
It does.
In addition to changing, because like what I've done, I feel like with some cycles going on in my life, is I set firm boundaries, and that helped, and like really like stuck to them, and was like, okay, you know, whether that was getting space from someone, or, you know, drawing a boundary or a line with someone, how they can, you know, interact with me or whatever, but that helps break that cycle. And like maybe meditation can do that too.
Definitely. And it'll create that discipline, because you already have that discipline when creating healthy boundaries and stuff like that, but it will actually create the discipline within you.
Okay. So I wanted to talk about finding your center, right? So in what ways, how can someone do that? Because a lot of people will say like, what is that? What does it mean? What do you mean find your center? What do you mean, you know, listen to your spirit, or, you know, find your inner peace? Like how does someone do that?
Connecting with nature.
Okay.
Connecting with nature. We get lost a lot of times, you know, with our everyday lives, working, taking care of the kids. You know, we don't actually create that space for ourselves. So my mentor, he tells us all the time, is go outside. Okay. And literally take a walk. Create like a space for yourself where you're breathing in, you know, this fresh energy, you know, without a mask. Sorry. But just breathe in, and just accept and allow yourself to, you know, be filled with, you know, the universe.
And the weather's changing. You know, that is something that a lot of people don't do anymore. Kids don't play outside anymore.
Kids do not play outside anymore.
So that's something that like I've actually thought about like hitting up there's some stairs over to high school down the street. And I'm like, I like outdoor workouts.
Yeah.
Because it does makes you feel better.
Yeah, exactly.
So what about because I know I've said this, I think before, I never knew what anxiety was. I never knew what depression was. When I went through my divorce, I found out, right? And I feel horrible that I was so ignorant before, to where I would be like, just snap out of it, you know, get out of bed, feel better. And that is not how it works. I found myself in bed for days. I was still going to work and functioning, and of course putting on a smile for everyone else. But when I came home, I was down. And so I'm thinking of like ways that you can help yourself get out of that.
You have to want to, and you have to have that drive to actually want to get out of that dark place, because we all go through cycles. We all go through, lessons, and a lot of things are our choices.
Yeah.
So accepting and accepting that these choices are happening, or, the consequences from our choices are happening, and learning from them and forgiving yourself. That's a huge thing, is forgiving yourself, because we hold on to so much resentment. We hold on to so much pain. And it's like we forgive the other person, but we never tend to forgive ourselves. So creating that forgiveness and finding what you're passionate about, and like moving towards your passion rather than, what you thought you were.
Yeah. That is true. It's like finding yourself all over again.
Exactly. And we go through those experiences just to reboot our lives. Our minds are like computers.
I mean, I feel like I'm doing that right now, to be honest with you. I mean, it's funny because seeing you, it reminds me of how far I've come, which is a good thing. I mean, when we first met, I mean, girl, I was not in a good place.
I was in a dark place as well.
And then going through all of that, getting out of my marriage. And then, and that was tough, divorce is no joke. But then it's all of a sudden I found myself really happy again. And then all of a sudden, oh, that's not perfect either. And so it's like, I feel like I'm in another reiteration of like finding myself again, and it's hard. And there's some days where I want to give up and I'm like, oh, but you just got to keep it moving.
So once you felt the rock bottom, you know how that feels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just show that gratitude. Look around, like you were saying earlier, like you created this space.
Yeah.
I'm the shit.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? And just go.
Yeah. I've been reminding myself of that. I'm like, Adrienne, my divorce was the hardest thing I've gone through.
And you got through it.
Yeah.
And look at you.
Yeah, you're right. So little things that are happening, I can't let it get me down.
You just have to show gratitude. And that's, again, being present. And being, allowing yourself to, be in the moment and enjoy each moment. Whatever's going to happen tomorrow is going to happen. You can't control it, but you can control what you're doing right now.
Yeah. So. And then even something does happen tomorrow, you can control how you react to it.
Exactly.
That's the big thing. You can't control the things that happen, but you can choose, how you react to them. Like talking about narcissists, like the way that you react to them is what is going to, stop them or fire them up even more.
Or fire them up, exactly.
Yeah.
We all have choices. Yep. We have free will.
I've gotten good at that, by the way.
Yes, that's beautiful.
I can master that shit really well now. I'm going to have an episode about narcissists, because I have learned a lot about them and feel like I could really share a lot of my experience and give somebody peace out there, because that's what life is. That's what you're missing, and that's what's void when you're with a narcissist is peace, man. That is brutal.
And that's what you pulled. One of the cards that you pulled is peace.
Yeah.
And you really just speaking your truth and being completely transparent like you are is helping so many different women.
I hope so.
It is. It's helping me.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. I love hearing from my followers and listeners on social media. They'll reach out or they'll hit me up on my website, and I love hearing back. It means a lot to me. I just this week, somebody reached out to me and was talking to me about a situation she was in, and she was like, you're helping me keep boundaries and helping me, not keep going down that path anymore. And so that makes me feel really good. The ultimate goal of this podcast, yes, I love talking about sex and stuff, but it is to let other women and men out there too know that like feeling uneasy and not okay is okay at this time in life. Not everyone's perfect, because you look on social media, it's very deceiving.
It's so deceiving.
And you see couples happy skipping and walking along into the sunset, and that's not real life, you know? So I'm here to share that shit's real and it can go wrong.
It can. And like you said, it's your choice on how you're going to react to that wrong. What are you going to do? How are you going to pick yourself up?
Right. All right. So Sam, I like to ask all of my guests, what do you crave? It's a loaded question, I know. So
in life?
Yeah. Okay. So in life, what do you crave?
Okay. I crave just a partnership that is like mind, body, and soul, where we can like go on trips. I just crave adventure.
Yeah.
And love.
Like real love.
Like real, genuine, like amazing love where we're just, that connection is there.
It's like what's the word I'm looking for? Is it content? Not contempt, but it's like contentment.
I do.
You know?
Like
Yeah.
not a settling, like
Yes.
not to feel like I settled,
Mm-hmm.
but just to like have that partnership that is just like truly, you know, just mind blowing.
Yeah.
Mind blowing sex.
Oh.
Mind blowing.
Now you're fucking talking. Yeah.
Mind blowing
All right.
everything.
God, I know. Mind-numbing sex is the best sex in the world.
Yes.
I mean, really. It truly, really is.
Because like,
And I want that
people don't-
every fucking time.
yes, people don't realize like as women, we have to be into it.
Yes.
Like completely to like come to like everything.
Oh, everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about sex. What do you crave?
I crave a partner that likes tantric sex. So doing magic while you're
What?
having sex. You
Okay,
can
please
meditate
tell.
when you have sex. You
What?
can do so much stuff when you have sex.
Give me an example.
Okay. So meditating while having sex, right?
What?
So
I'm
you like
confused.
you are with that person. That person's inside of you. You're
Okay.
inside. Like you guys are like one.
One. Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like when you're releasing, when you come,
Mm-hmm.
like when you release, you're pushing out that energy into the universe. You're pushing out, you know, what you want, your desires, your passion, like, and it's just, it could be anything. Like, I want a Porsche truck, I really do. But like, just like when you're coming, like releasing that
So you think about that while you're coming?
while you're coming.
Okay.
Just do it.
Interesting.
Try it.
All right.
Let me know how it goes. And let me know when you
And
get it.
oh God. And what's some magic? Like, how are you doing magic? Because something gonna come out of a box.
Yeah.
Like,
So I did one time before. I took a trip to a magic sex teacher.
what?
Yeah, it was
Tell me
pretty
about it.
cool. It was wild. Like I kind of freaked out about it. But it was amazing. And he was a tantric person, and
Mhm.
he taught you through sex.
So what kind of, like, what do you
we
mean?
had sex to teach me the. Yeah, it
Oh
was
my-
pretty deep.
What? Where the fuck is this place?
It was
Oh my God.
amazing. It was amazing. But it was like candles just lit like in a certain place, like we're in a circle. So it's like candles lit
Just
in a
you two?
circle. Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, just like steamy, like I don't know how to explain
Lots
it.
of foreplay?
Lots of foreplay,
Kissing involved?
lots of kissing,
Okay.
oral, like just it's like a really it
Like
was
a-
being present.
Is it like
you know how
sensual sex?
like, yeah.
Like, okay. Oh my God.
It was really amazing. It was cool. And I felt
Wow.
like I was able to be present. A lot of times,
Hmm.
do you notice that you're not present?
I mean, I don't know. I'm more of a hardcore
you
sex
like-
girl.
Okay.
So I don't know if I don't know how to answer that question. That kind of stumps me. I mean, I'm there,
Yeah.
but I guess I know what you're saying. I'm definitely probably not. I'm definitely more
Are you
of
thinking
a
about
like,
someone else?
huh?
Have you ever thought about someone else?
What?
Sex.
What do you
While
mean?
having sex.
Oh yeah, girl, please. Absolutely. My God. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm trying to think if I've ever, I mean, I don't know. That's a really good question. Like, are you I mean, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm more just like fuck me hard, fuck me right now. Like
And you
I'm a
come
very
off of that?
animalistic. I'm a very animalistic sex person.
Okay.
Yeah, you're interesting me because like I said, only 3 men have ever made me come. And it's a lot of
Wow.
attention. It's a lot of foreplay, a lot of oral, and they're
Mhm.
really good at fingering. That to me is like key. And also it's like the whole connection with the person too. Like,
True.
and
if the connection's off, like everything.
it won't happen. I completely agree. You know, it's us both being all in with each other.
Mhm.
That's a big, and I've noticed with the men that I have come with, like we were on that level together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But you're making me want to try this now, like to
Yeah.
have like slow, sensual,
Just like sensual, slow connection. Because
Mm.
like the
I'm telling you, girl. Like I'm like wham bam. Put your fucking cock in my mouth. Fuck me hard. I mean, seriously.
Damn.
I'm like I look like it's like animals.
And see, I'm the complete
Very
opposite. I kind
intimidating.
of wish that I was like that. If I watch porn, I like that. How
Okay.
weird is that?
Yeah, I mean, I like being choked. I saw oh my God, I saw this position. Oh, so hot. So the guy was laying down, the girl was on top of him, and so he had like full access to her neck, and he had like his hand over her mouth and choking her. Like that's the
Shit.
kind of shit I'm into.
Okay,
like,
cool.
Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
a little out there, but I just want to be full on domination,
Yeah.
like completely destroyed. If
Okay.
I don't look like I got beat up after, it wasn't right.
Oh shit.
Girl, yes. Like if I have a dick appointment, I mean, I'm looking fucked up after.
Yeah. Like, oh shit, this just
Makeup's
happened.
gone. Hair is like white snake. I mean, there's like, but you're intriguing me by this. I feel like I want to try this.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I'm probably rushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all
like
about the
everything
penetration.
else, maybe like rushing, like going, not life, but going. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like if you're rushing sex or you want it fast, like that's like going.
And it's not that I'm rushing the sex. It's just I'm all
Fast.
about
Fast.
hard
Yeah.
penetration sex. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have some
Weird.
really amazing, not to like promote myself real quick, but
No, do
real
it.
quick. One of my good friends, she makes it's called coochie tea. Coochie tea.
Coochie tea?
Coochie tea.
Shit, that word's coming back.
It's that word is coming back. It's coochie tea, and it works like a motherfucker.
What?
It makes you so horny and so wet.
Well, I don't need any help with that. I don't need any more horniness,
my gosh.
girl.
Yeah, true.
Oh my god. Like,
I
would
needed
be
it.
fucking
After I had
strangers.
the baby, I lost my sex drive.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm breastfeeding too, so I was
Oh.
like losing my sex drive.
Shit.
And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, so tell me about the serum. What is this? I ain't
It's
taking
like,
it.
It's herbs. It's
Okay.
herbs that you like put in your water. So and it's like she won't tell you, but it's like horny goat. Have you ever heard of horny goat milk? It's like herbs. It's a herb, and you put it in. It's all natural.
Oh my
So
god,
it, like,
men are going to be
stimulate-
showing up to your store
Yes.
in droves and sneaking in their wife's tea
I
and
got
coffee.
you. Come to Zen and Crystals, 218 West Street.
Oh my god, I fucking love it.
Yes.
You know, I have some friends that, a lot of people look at me and they say, "Adrian, like how do you have that sex drive?" I was just fucking born with it, okay? Like
Yeah.
and I honestly wish I could tame it more cuz it gets me in a lot of fucking trouble.
Okay.
And it causes problems for me. It does. But, you know, I have a lot of friends who struggle way more with low sex drive. So I love that you can get that.
Yeah, you can
I'm gonna
definitely
have to
get
have-
it.
yeah.
I have we make packages like $26 or something.
Okay.
So yeah, so come check me out, and if you guys,
If it really works,
yeah,
shit.
it works because let me tell you about an experience recently.
Okay,
Can
so
I do
hang
it
on a
real
minute.
quick?
Do you like drink some tea and then you get it on? Like, do you have to? Is it like the blue pill?
No.
You gotta know. Okay.
So
It's like a
you put it
slow-
in your water.
All right.
And so, like, my friend Toya, she was like, you know, normally she would tell people, like, it takes, like, a couple hours to work or, like, maybe 6 hours, right? And I was like, I need this to work by 12. Mind you, it's like 10. And I'm like,
Oh,
I
shit,
need
you
this
got a
to work
nooner?
in. I need
Yes.
this to work by 12. So, like, she's like, put more in. So I put, like, all this in. When I say I was so horny, like, I was like,
Oh my god.
what the fuck?
Wow. And you said it
Like,
makes your pussy wet too because you're
Wet
so
as
turned
shit.
on.
It was
Wow.
like you're wet, like you're so
Fired
into
up.
it,
You mean,
fired
like,
up,
that's
and you're
like
ready.
how I live. So
Girl, I wish I could live like that.
That's why I keep
wish.
getting all these goddamn yeast infections. That it's like stay
wet
wet.
shit. Stay wet all
Fucking
day.
wop, motherfuckers. God damn. I mean, yeah, so I understand that life. Believe me.
She got that wet.
All right, yeah. I don't know any other way to be.
Yeah.
I don't. It's just, it's like
Well,
the
you're
fire
lucky.
inside of me. Like I was saying, like I was masturbating at age 9. I was.
Shit, yeah.
Yep. I mean, I knew what was going on down there and I was making it happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm going to share how I had my first orgasm in the next episode.
Cool.
It's good.
I can't wait to listen.
Yeah, I'll say Zach's coming back for that. So he wants to hear about it.
Cool.
All right, so I love learning about this, and the slow. I'm gonna take. That's a big takeaway from me, from you is the slow. Slow it down. Slower, sensual sex. I'm gonna try that.
Yeah.
All right.
Like in the movies, like that love making, kind of like I
Ugh.
don't know, not love making, but
I just
just
kind of
like,
like threw up my mouth a little bit.
oh my gosh, being present.
I am so horrible. Like Prince Charming one time, he was like, "I love you." I was like, "Don't fucking say that." Like,
fuck outta
why are
here.
you saying that right now? Like, you're ruining it. What are you doing? You know, I mean, that's just, I don't know. I'll try it though. I'll try anything. Believe me. I did anal though. I'm not trying that again.
I love it.
I did it. Oh, do you?
Yes.
I wish I was more
came
into
so
anal
many
play. I'm
times.
not. Really?
Off it, yeah.
Do you do
Hell
butt
yeah.
plugs? Have
No,
you ever
I
done-
haven't done that, but I did it.
You
like,
should try that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Okay.
Okay. We are learning and giving each other
Yes,
so much
I'm
right
taking
now.
some. Yes, girl.
Oh my God, I fucking love it. All right, so, Sam, thank you so much for being here.
course.
And It is so amazing to see you. I swear it's been too long.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for you and your new baby girl. And you look amazing in your
Thank
new
you.
store. Everybody go check out Zen and Crystals on West Street, right? 211 West Street.
218.
Oh, 218 West Street in Annapolis. I mean, it'd be a nice day. Go down there.
Yes.
Check it out. Get some of that sex juice.
Yes.
And in 2 weeks, oh wait, I don't want to promote your social media sites too, so go ahead and do that.
Okay.
Because people should follow you.
Yeah, definitely.
Get your energy for sure.
Definitely. So on Instagram, my Instagram is Jace, Jace World. You can follow me on there, or you can follow the store at Zen and Crystals. On Instagram or on Facebook, or if you want to book I do readings.
Okay.
I do spiritual healing readings where if you feel like you have any blockages, you want to know what's going on in your life, just you want to heal overall or get that energy of moving and focus and growing, definitely, contact me on either Instagram or Facebook, Spirited Samantha Jones. And
they can hit you up on your website, which is
definitely
I love saying that, zenandcrystals.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yes, girl. So next, in 2 weeks, I have Zach coming back. We're going to talk about fuck bitches, get money. Yeah. Lil' Kim is my spirit animal. Okay. If I had a spirit animal, it's her. Okay.
Yes.
And then he's going to talk about what a night out is like with me because we've had some wild times together lately. We're going to talk about orgasms, how old you are when you first had one. I've gotten a lot of stories from my listeners, and I want to share all of those. I'm also going to release another sex game. I love sex games. So I'm going to release another sex game and talk about that. And also make sure you're following me on Instagram at Midlife Craving because I'm going somewhere very warm next week and you're going to want to see those photos. So I'm excited about that. All right. I'm going to go find my center. And for me, that involves Captain Morgan.
Yes.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
Peace.